The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome into the first episode of Fantasy Fridays. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Fantasy Fridays here. We're starting this new segment, Fantasy Fridays. It is just going to be myself, Kelcey, today. But you know what? I'm excited to do this. Today, we are starting out, with the quarterbacks. That's right. We're going to be talking about some quarterbacks here. I'm going to give you guys a player that's going to flop, a player that I'm going to say is going to be, somebody you should watch, a fan, if you will, going into this 2023 season. I might surprise some people. And occasionally, every couple episodes, I might drop in a gut check type of player here to watch. And that's a player that I feel is either going to surprise some people positively or negatively. And we'll talk about why in those segments. Not going to be one today. So, spoiler alert there. But let's get right into it and let's have some fun with this one. We're going to start with a quarterback you should be a fan of here. And this guy, the prince that was promised, it is Trevor Lawrence. That's the guy I'm a fan of this year. This year, going into this season, obviously, Trevor Lawrence ranking around 7th in your fantasy football drafts in the quarterback rankings. Last year, finished in 8th place, 303.6 total points, average about 17 points a game. Not too shabby. But most importantly, down the stretch here, guys, getting into that playoff run for your fantasy football team, 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in the last 9 weeks of his season. Also second in quarterback rating and passer rating. It's been an exceptional year for Trevor Lawrence. It's just going to get better. He gets the first season with the same OC, same head coach, gets an upgrade at receiver with the incoming Calvin Ridley, re-signed there with Evan Ingram. They still have Travis Etienne there at running back. Added in another running back, a rookie draft pick here, Tank Bigsby out of Auburn. Going to be looking like a fantastic duo between Etienne and Bigsby. And if all things work out, you can see Bigsby in the backfield with Etienne split out wide, adding that extra depth, if you will, to a already pretty talented receiving core here for Jacksonville. It's going to be a great season for Trevor Lawrence going forward. He's the quarterback I'm a fan of going into the 2023 season. And, well, let's go check out the flops. All right, here we are. Quarterback flop. Well, you know how it goes sometimes with these quarterbacks. I might catch a lot of flack for this one, but this is a guy that last year he missed 5 games due to injury. He's missed a whole season due to an injury. Also lost his safety blanket in tight end and his safety blanket at running back. Obviously, though, that running back wasn't that great. This is going to be a new OC season for him. And a guy that is, well, a lot of people want to call him elite. I refuse to call him that. I think he's a great garbage time quarterback, but he's yet to prove himself, as in his career, he is 22-25 against teams with a 500 or more or greater record. So that's a winning record for those that are out there. That's right. It's Dak Prescott. Last season ranked 19th in the league. That's below Russell Wilson for those out there that are wondering. 213.6 total points. Now he did miss those 5 weeks, plus the bye week you had in there. He was still averaging about 17.9, almost 18 fantasy points a game when he was playing. All right, and he wasn't always on the field to capitalize on that situation. As you guys have heard me say it before, and I'll say it again, you got to be on the field to prove yourself time and time again. And Dak Prescott hasn't always been there to prove himself. So Dak Prescott going to be my quarterback flop for the season. And you can see right here, new tight end, no Zeke, new offensive coordinator. Right now, currently projected at number 10, it's between 10 and 12, depending on your guru for fantasy football, if you will. For me, he's outside of the top 10. I've taken him really in the 15 range if I can help it. I'm trying to avoid him as much as possible. Right now, you have CeeDee Lamb as his main weapon. Obviously, you have added pieces into that receiving core and Brandon Cooks. I just don't think it's enough when you consider the fact this is no longer his Kellen Moore offense. This is no longer the offense that we saw him breaking Cowboy records with. And, well, truthfully, his best friend and Zeke's off this team, this offensive line isn't as good as it once was. And we lost a lot of Dak's best weapon after the ankle injury a couple years back. And that's his ability to get out of the pocket and run. We saw a little bit of it last year in his return. It wasn't until about week 13 or 14 that we saw it. But when he did pull it out, it was effective. There is a possibility, I could be completely wrong with Dak Prescott, and he could end up a top 15 quarterback. I just don't see it. And maybe as a Cowboys fan, I'm a little bit biased and expecting nothing but disappointment season in and season out. But I think this is a situation with Dak Prescott where it's just not going to be his season. So give me 2023's flop of the year. It's going to be Dak Prescott. Just an honorable mention to this list. Somebody to watch out for in a positive sense. Justin Fields. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields, if you believe all of the hype coming out of training camp, his own GM has said, I have seen the clarity. Add in DJ Moore to the list of weapons for a guy like Justin Fields. Add in an improved offensive line and a healthy offensive line. You got a recipe for success for somebody like Justin Fields. So don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if Justin Fields can make his way into a top 15 conversation, especially maybe even a top 10 conversation, not just with the arm, but with the legs as well. Let's not forget how good of a runner he is. Last season, over 1,000 yards. This season, don't be surprised if you see 1,003. He could use that Lamar Jackson style, 3,000 passing, 1,000 rushing. Just saying, it's a possibility. You could get an exceptional season out of the guy Justin Fields there in Chicago. Not a whole lot to work against in that NFC North. It's not like the old days of the NFC North, if you will. So, hey, it's going to be fun for Justin Fields. We'll expect to see him, but he's my dark horse pick of the year. Not going to be my gut check player yet. I'm not going to break that out this week, like I said. But be sure to stay tuned every Friday coming forward until the start of the season. We'll be dropping these Fantasy Fridays every week about a new position group. And then also don't forget Tier Tuesdays every Tuesday, YouTube exclusive. And also our brand new episodes every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on Twitch. And just be sure to check it out or follow the next day. Audio-only episodes released to whatever platform you love. And that'll be available at 6 a.m. on Thursday mornings for you to check out. As always, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you later.